Good day, good love, good light, good beauty, and beautiful solar yellow chakra energy to you all today. Thank you, thank you, thank you once again for being with me today. I'm Wendy, and I love sharing the pure languages of love, the languages of lights, the channeled messages from the Emissaries of the Light Collective, our buddies from all the realms who have agreed to share their highest excitement by bringing us these cups of inspiration. I've missed you all so much. Thank you so much for all of your divine sharing, all of your inspirations for me, your comments. I've been so busy. Thank you all for wondering where I've been. You're amazing, all of you. You just, I'm so in love every day, as I never could have imagined just having this camaraderie that I do with all of you. I have so many things to share. I've been really busy this week doing home improvement projects, getting things cleared and organized and cleaned, and we're still in the process of relocating, and we've relocated, and we're still in the process of getting things organized and finding our own direction. And so I've been spending a lot of time with that, self-care. I've been spending a lot of time planning events, which I'm excited to share with all of you. Perhaps you've seen some of the postings I've been putting out lately. And so I've been spending time with all of you in private sessions, private messages, and really learning myself to find balance with everything and still be able to share my highest excitement and really get some things done around here that I needed to do for my own self-care, my own clarity. Sometimes we need to literally, reorganize and clear out our environments to get a better sense of direction, a better sense of clarity. I literally, and I've talked about this before, when I'm cleaning things, windows and mirrors, I'm literally asking for clarity to help me see more clearly. And one of my favorite things to do here in the winter months, in the summer, or excuse me, the winter solstice here in the Northern Hemisphere, and the Southern solstice, the summer solstice in the Southern Hemisphere. And one of my favorite things to do up here in the winter time is, there's still snow out here, you guys. So yeah, there's still snow, but we've got some sunshine today. So one of my favorite things to do is sit here in the sunshine, meditate, do my yoga, think about all of you, do my readings. I do readings for myself. So one of the reasons why we love the sun, of course, is about because it contains the food of life for us that sustains us. In addition to the water, in addition to the food, we need sunlight. And for many people, I wanted to just remind everybody who does live in the winter, in the Northern Hemisphere in the winter, that a lot of people do suffer from seasonal affective disorder because they're not in the sunshine enough. So one of the reasons I moved from 9 hours north of here was because I wanted more sunshine. I wanted more temperate weather. I needed more light. It was something that really bothered me. And I found, a big chunk of snow just melted in the sunshine. Today, I was feeling this solar plexus energy in yellow and white light, and I'm feeling, looking at the beauty of the white crystals floating in the sunshine, of the snowflakes in the air, and just feeling this crystalline white energy, this time for motivation, action, and reminding ourselves and everybody that, when we're outside in the sunshine, we're receiving information, we're receiving food, we're receiving energy. And just like the photosynthesis, of course, of plants, we wouldn't be without the sun. And So a couple of things I also wanted to share with you is it's been I just celebrated this week my 3rd-year anniversary here on YouTube. I can't believe it. I'm astounded at that in 3 years time that so many of you would that I would interact with you in this way, that we would be sharing our everyday stuff together, that I would be doing private sessions, that we would be doing light language activations together, and that I would be doing oracle readings. It's like I saw it, but to be here today is just amazing. I saw it in my mind's eye probably all my life, but here we are. And I wanted to thank all of you. To think that there's an average of, in 3 years, how there's an average of 500 people a year that have actually even just come to visit is just overwhelming to me. And I will say that the day I began speaking light languages, I knew my life was changed forever. And I realized that I'd really been channeling all my life, and I was just now discovering that that's really what I was doing. The light languages helped me remember and connect. And the people that I have met and interacted with because of the light languages. And that's one of the events that I've got coming up. I wanted to invite you all to this coming Sunday on January 21st. Jacqueline Smith is she's a psychic healer. She does tarot readings. She's does light language activations. She's an animal communicator. She's a star being, a hybrid, and we are going to enjoy her company. She's going to tell us her star stories. We're going to share light languages. She's going to play her singing bowls for us. We're going to have some alchemy and sharing and laughs and fun. I've come to know her personally, and she's a delightful starlight. She writes languages. She's Jacqueline Smith, and it's Jacqueline without an E. JacquelineSmith.com. Check her page out if you haven't already. I'm very excited. We're going to be talking a little bit about her new book, and just sharing her experiences and her connections. And she's going to be giving us all an activation, light language activations. And so it's going to be a lot of fun. So we've got room for 7 people inside the Google Hangout. And I know a lot of you are very excited to be there, and I thank you for that. And if not, catch us live. It's live streaming on YouTube at the same time. It's going to be at 12:30 Eastern Time, 11:30 Central Standard Time. So I wanted to share that with you as well, because she's one of the beings, my star sisters. I've met so many star sisters. And Bree, if many of you remember my buddy Bree, we've done lots of hangouts together, videos together. I miss her desperately. Since I moved, I haven't gotten to see her and hug her. Since I moved in April. So, but she's going to be, she's graciously agreed to be our technical, our technical guru and our moderator for the event. And I will be hosting, as we will be chatting with Jacqueline. So I'm really excited to be doing another hangout with Bree. It's been a really long time. She's been busy with her own journey in life. And so I'm very excited to bring the 3 of us together. And the 3 of us have had the opportunity to already hang out and chat. So it's been an amazing triangle. Today, I had to laugh too, because today equals 12. And this energy that I've been receiving about the solar plexus, and here we've got, 12 equals 3. So we've got our connections of our body, mind, and spirit. And today is speaking of light languages and sacred circuitry, today is 12. And when Bashar brought us these sacred circuits from Sirius, I wrote them in my journal for anybody who hasn't already seen this. And Number 12 today is act. And that's exactly how I've been feeling, that it is time to take the tools that we've been picking up along the way. And I'm talking all of our lives, and to pick them up. And it's time to act. It's time to act. This 11 year is it's the time to walk through the gateway, walk through the portal. It's time to act. It's time to act on our passions. It's time to take those experiences and stop seeing them as a victim, and to start seeing them as a victor, that you made it through it. Stop seeing, they're asking us, we're invited to ask ourselves to stop, to see things in a different perspective. Today was about black and white. I've got black pants on and a white shirt to remind ourselves everything is not black and white. We often only see two visions, two versions, two options. Yet there's an infinite number of other options that we don't allow ourselves to see, because we're not clear, we're not meditating, we're not taking time in nature, we're not being in the sunlight, we're not listening to our higher self, we're not eating the right foods. Today, matter of fact, today I was just looking at food. Food was yesterday. I'm thinking about this Bashar 7-day expression of self-love and self-knowing. And so we have air is the first thing we can't live without. Water is the second thing. Wednesday is food. Thursday, today is love and encouragement. I am supported. I am guided. I am loved. And these light languages have reminded me of that. They have brought these most beautiful people into my experience. Alex, every one of you in the last week has been just this explosion of new energy, new ideas, new communications, new contacts. Every single one of you that has put yourselves on the list. If this is your first time chatting with me today, I've got, if you haven't already, I've got a list. Actually, I think I've got 12 people on the list. I think that's kind of funny so far. If you put hashtag synchronicity in the comments of the videos, I will be adding your name to the list for a drawing to pull out, to spend some time with me in a free session, to just hang out. Whatever it is that you want to explore, of things that you may have seen or haven't seen yet in my videos, whether it's oracle readings, active light language activations, opening up your own chakras, trying to figure something out. The guides bring us so much information, and I receive so much information. And it's astounding how, when I start to meditate on people individually, how much I see, and how many visions I get and pictures I see. And so it was reminding me too. Oh, so back to the 11, I wanted to mention too, this 11 year is the synchronicities I got this morning too. When I woke up this morning, it was 11 degrees Fahrenheit. And so I usually will look it up to see what the Celsius equivalent is. And I had to laugh because it's -11. So I thought that was kind of funny, even though today's not an 11 day, but I thought that was just very synchronistic that it was 11. And then I'm looking at the two, arrows on my journal here about direction, and I'm just feeling like this, the sacred circuitry connections, the sacred geometric connections, and I'm getting this black and white. And in addition to in addition to meeting all of you in private sessions, the connections that I feel just when you're commenting it makes me feel supported and guided and loved. And yet, when we are lacking that in our lives, we have to ask ourselves, where are we not doing that for ourselves? Where are we not supporting ourselves? Where are we not listening to our own guidance? Where are we not giving ourselves self-love? And even I have had to practice this week a great deal of self-love. And but in doing that, we open ourselves to seeing an infinite new number of possibilities that we just didn't see before. And taking that time for self nurturing and being with the people that support you, being with the people that you feel guided by being with people that you feel unconditionally loved by. This is where we're going, of realizing that where our energy, every single thing that we spend our energy on and send our energy to, we receive back in response. And so I wanted to mention here. So here I've got my black and white little thing I just picked up really very inexpensively. I think it was $1. And I was guided to and pick this up today because in these energy exchanges that I have with many of you, I received the most amazing things. And I wanted to, this kind of goes out to 2 people. And this was a gift that I received from a dear soul sister of mine. And in it, it is some, I have a little bag of crystals here, and in it contains pineapple calcite, rose quartz, clear quartz, citrine, amethyst, and I have some sweetgrass in here. So now I know both of you know who I'm talking to. And we have turquoise and danbrite and a small little selenite wand and some beautiful sweetgrass. And I have to find it. Where is it? Oh, there it is. And probably one of the teeny tiniest feathers I've ever seen. And when we send each other things, and I feel the energy and the love that's embedded in these items, and the information that I receive every day about the power that we have to put in our water, to put in our environment, to put intention to. And when we put our love into something, when we put our intention into something, when we put our light languages into something, it carries that love. It carries that vibration. When you make something for somebody, right? Doesn't it carry your love, your vibration? It came from your heart, your hands, your love. And these items that we receive from each other are energetic exchanges of love. We're being guided now to act upon the things that bring us our highest joy and excitement, in understanding that that is what will bring us the abundance, that will make us feel filled, that will make us feel supported, that we're relying on our own guidance by saying, this excites me. Therefore, if I act on this excitement, it will support me. And in doing so, I build my own self-love. And all of this was just flowing. And then I was laughing about the black and white and the heart in the center, and that when our heart is centered, when we're centered upon our heart chakra, our center sun, we're connecting with our inner light, our inner ability to act from this new place. And so I bought these pouches specifically for, carrying these objects that are my permission slips to remind myself that when I'm feeling less than my best powerful self, these things remind me that I'm loved and supported and guided by all of you, by your comments, your reaching out. Everybody I'm seeing out there who's speaking light languages now. And I wanted to mention too that on the 27th of January, on Saturday morning, I'll also be channeling and doing light languages, etc., and answering questions on the Saturday morning Human Colony Hukalo Saturday morning webinar again. And that is at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time for me. And that's the place I began speaking Galactic light languages, and really started to dive into and delve into my own galactic I was going to say identities, but pieces, parts of me, and embracing them. And the light languages did that. They opened me, they activated me. I was so excited to hear that Alex, that he was activated by these light languages, and he's channeling for the first time. I mean, that's what this is all about. That's what this is for, to open ourselves up to the gifts and abilities we already contain within us, to see the impact that we already have on everything, because everything you do affects everything. And the ability to go beyond and open up this, and not to see that there's not everything is just black and white, and that being in the heart center is where we see that, where we move beyond that. And sometimes if we're not ready to take a leap, we need to remember, and I said this to Bree yesterday, that, you know, sometimes when we meet our families, our star families, our soul families, as we are all together now, once we feel guided and supported and loved again, that we come together with our soul families, our true soul families, that we're able to act, we're able to get excited again and lose the self-doubt and know that we are each other's parachutes. We've got each other's backs. We have a support system that we didn't have before in each other. And that in of itself, I think, is one of the most incredible gifts I've received through Galactic Light Languages. So if it's something that, again, that you've been looking to explore, look at my videos, look at other people's light language videos, see what fits for you, see what feels and excites you. And I'm reminded too, to remind everyone that, you know, the Bashar, when he first recited to me the laws of creation: 1, you exist. Number 2, everything is here and now. Number 3, the one is the all, and the all are the one. Number 4, what you put out is what you get back. And number 5, everything changes except the first 4 laws. And it's interesting because for those who go back, way back when Bashar first introduced these, there were actually only 4 of these laws. And I remember watching the event, the video in which we all voted in the event and online, whoever was watching at the time, and I'm not even sure what event that was, or if, and I'm sure it's accessible or for purchase on Bashar Communications, I believe, but we all agreed that to add number 2 and to slide everything down and add everything is here and now, to remind us that everything, we have access to absolutely everything when we remain in the here and now, when we're not tied up in worry, when we're not judging, when we're not angry, when we're being kind to ourselves, when we're exploring ourselves, when we're opening ourselves to the light within ourselves, when we're purposely going out into nature because we know it's going to raise our vibration, when we're purposely choosing better lifestyles, better foods, better to actually act upon the decisions that you know are your truest, highest core vibration, and stop making excuses about why we won't act on that, why we're too afraid to come out and say who we really are, to begin to act on these impulses that we have that truly are our highest joys and excitements. And so that's why I do these things, because it's today my highest excitement to express these light languages, to receive these light codes, to bring in the light codes I'm getting from the earth, the air, the fire, the water, the sun, the sky, the snowflakes, the information I receive when I'm just meditating on all of this, and to let you guys know that it's not complicated. Breathing, imagining. You are already connected to all that is, All that is all that is, and that contains every single thing, which includes you. There is nothing that prevents us from connecting with anything. And I've always known this all my life. It was like my whole purpose in life was to share the idea that synchronicity is not the exception, it's the rule. And that when you're operating from this place, that you find true inner peace, you find true inner harmony. I've been alone in all my life, and I've realized now there was a reason for that. And when I say alone, I mean inside of myself, and understanding that I just didn't see the world the way everybody else did, but that didn't make it wrong. And now look what we're finding out. Once we realize that we knew what we knew all along, and that we are embracing it, that we know that we're guided and supported, and that we always have been, we stop judging ourselves, and we start living, and we start acting. And the idea has been so rampant this week for me as I exploring and expanding what I'm doing and how I'm doing it, and thinking about more events and how we can share more time together, and how I can make this more accessible to everybody, and how we can do more of this together. It's all about just following our excitement, and know that we're finding each other simply by being ourselves, and that by acting on our impulses, we're truly vibrating in a place where we're beginning to where we're hearing each other's songs, our soul songs. And I'll say it again, the dinner bell. We're ringing the dinner bell. We're hearing it's time to come together. It's time to come to dinner, time to come home. And this is where home is, and this is how we connect. By being in the here and now. By following your instincts and not going ahead or backwards, just acting moment by moment by moment on that thing that excites you the most, because you don't know where it's going to lead you next. And how this week alone, I've had so many people tell me how we together have inspired each other, how their lives have changed, how in one day their whole perspective have changed, that they're starting to see that there isn't just black and white, but there's a million other an infinite number of possibilities in between if you just start listening and acting from your heart. And when we start acting from a place from the heart, and we start making a living at the things that make us most joyous, then we are able to then turn around and employ other people and share and support other people's businesses by the money we make, and allowing them to live their dream, feed their families. We need to begin to dream about the things we want in our life, and imagine it and see it as done, and then allow the synchronicities to move us in that direction. The people that come into our lives, the situations, the circumstances. It's all about how you receive and respond to that circumstance, and what you do with that information, how you act on it. How are you acting on that information? Or are you just sitting on it, doing nothing with it, and expecting your life to change? That's what this is all about. It's understanding that those 11 years about moving, walking through the gate, walking through the portal of listening to your heart, of walking, seeing all these other possibilities that you couldn't see before. So I thank you all for your guidance. I thank our guides. I thank the Emissaries of the Light Collective. I thank my higher self and all of your higher selves for powwowing together, that we share this stuff. I've had yes, absolutely. We dream about each other. Many of you, I dream of you guys, you dream of me. Of course, everything's connected, and the more we open ourselves up to this, the more we're going to remember rendezvousing with each other. That's part of the point, is remembering our rendezvousing with the other aspects of ourselves, which are all of us. And these languages and coming from all over the cosmos, yet feeling like it's the one language. Even though there's different dialects, if you will, it's like the same love language. So, and I have to equate it to that it doesn't matter what language we speak on this planet, even on Earth. When you're in the language of love, this language of love, smiling, interacting, eye contact, genuine concern and service, that needs no language. There's no language barrier when it comes to that. And what I've discovered with interacting with every single one of you all over the world, which I've said many times, we're in all of our uniqueness and all of our differences, we are absolutely the same inside. We have the same hopes, dreams, fears. We have the same stuff, just different. It's just a different story that we're all acting out and sharing with the Akash, sharing with Source. We are the sunlight of Source. We are the beams of light that Source sent out and said, go be bright and amazing and come back and tell me all about it. So go be amazing and come back and tell me all about it. Ya cordianta sonoya. Lehinania wa hokoya, sapa inkia satoshomeyawa, a la sera sonokia la pogosha takila ki au kwasha, po awo, ilinkia wa shiara sera, kingia satosapelehana kale, shore, neatoya. Thank you for all your love and support. Thank you for supporting me with your private sessions. I love you so much. I hope to see you at the events. If you can't catch them at the time, watch them later. They'll be on YouTube. Be yellow, be bright, be brilliant, and remember that every white crystal light contains every single color of the rainbow. Every color. Those you can and cannot see, and frequencies all in between. You're now seeing your true colors. I love you.